Hello everyone, and welcome to section 6.6, which deals with dividing polynomials. So we're going to do two types where we divide a polynomial by a monomial, which is a single term, or by a binomial. Okay, so before we get into that, notice that this property of fraction addition. Remember that if you add two fractions that have the same denominator, the answer is that the denominator stays the same, but the numerators add. Now, if I wanted to go to in reverse, if I have a sum over a single denominator, I can split it into two fractions, right? So that's important that we know that because we're going to be using it a lot when we divide a polynomial by a monomial. So here you go. So basically, here we have 7y squared plus 21. 7y squared over 7 plus 21 over 7 becomes y squared plus 3. Okay, let's do a few more. So here we have 18x cubed plus minus 36x squared divided by 6x. So let's rewrite that. 18x cubed minus 36x squared divided by 6x. And that's going to equal 18x cubed over 6x minus 36x squared over 6x. And then that reduces to become 3x squared, right? 6 goes into 18 3 times. X goes into here twice, right? 3 minus 1 is 2. Subtract exponents minus, and then that's 6 divides into 36 6 times. And then when you divide x squared by x, you lose 1. So that's 2 minus 1 is 1x. Okay. All right, let's do another one. 27b cubed minus 33b squared divided by 3b. So then that becomes 27b cubed over 3b minus 33b squared over 3b. So then this 3 goes into 27 9 times. 3 minus 1 becomes 2. So this is 9b squared minus. 3 goes into 33 11 times. And then 2 minus 1 is just b to the power 1. All right, let's see here. Let's do one more set. Okay, so here we have 15x cubed y minus 35xy squared divided by negative 5xy. So if I split that into 2, I get 15x cubed y over negative 5xy minus 35xy squared over negative 5xy. So then that's going to be 15 divided by negative 5 is negative 3. X cubed divided by 1x, that cancels out 1, so that's x squared. And then the y's cancel out. Here, this negative and negative become a positive because we're dividing them. 35 divided by 5 is 7. The x's cancel out, and then the y squared and the y cancels out one of the y's. Okay. All right. So that's it for this one. Now, how about this fun looking one? So we have 36x cubed y squared over 9x squared y. So this is the thing about math. I mean, if you know the process, you just go through the process. Don't worry about all fractions and all of this. Oh my gosh, it's so scary. It's not that scary. It's just that you have to know what to do, in each case. And that's all. Okay, so we're dividing everything by 9x squared y. Okay, great. So we rewrote it. So first one, 36 divided by 9 is 4. X cubed, right? 3 minus 2, that's division. That's 1x. Here, y squared, I eliminate one of the y's, 4xy. Okay, 9 goes into 27 3 times. The x squareds cancel out, so that's nice. Y squared divided by y just gives me a y back. And then minus, these y's cancel out. These x squareds cancel out. So then I just have y cubed divided by y. So 3 minus 1 is y squared. Okay. See, not too bad. Okay, and now to divide a polynomial by a binomial. So before we do that, let's just go through the steps of long division because that's the process that we're going to use. So remember the following. So if we are dividing 875 by 25, remember we look at 87, right? And we say, okay, how many times does 25 go into 87? We say 3 because it's 75. So then we take the product 3 times 25 is 75, and we subtract, right? So then we bring this down. So that's 5, 2, 1, 125. How many times does 25 go into 125 now? So we start over. So it goes in 5 times, and then 5 times 25 is 125, and we subtract. That's a remainder of 0. So your answer is 35. Okay, so now let's do the quotient, and I'm going to go through the process here. So first of all, we're dividing by x plus 5, so that goes outside of the house, right? However you want to call it. And then on the inside, we take what we're dividing into, so make sure that it's written in highest exponent to lowest order. There's a reason why, so x squared plus 9x plus 20. Okay, so I ask myself, okay, what times x will give me x squared? Well, that's easy. So if you need extra help, so this is a step that you can do. You take the first thing, x squared, then you take the first, inside, and then you take the first term in the divisor, then just basically divide the 2. And then what's left over, that's going to be your starting point. That's going to go up here. Okay, so I'm going to take x plus 5 and then multiply that by x. So then that's going to be x squared plus 5x. And I'm going to subtract, right? So when I subtract, I'm actually subtracting, I'm distributing a negative, right? So the negative is going to go here and it's going to go here. So I like to do that just so it's clear. So then these x squareds will cancel out when I subtract them. 9x minus 5x will give me 4x. And I bring down that plus 20. Okay, so you see the similarities? Okay, so now I'm thinking, okay, 4x and x. What multiplies by x to get 4x? Obviously, it's 4. But still, let's go ahead and do that little shortcut. So 4x divided by x is equal to 4. So then that's what we're going to write up here, a positive 4. So then we're going to multiply 4 times x plus 5. So we get 4x. So I'm doing 4. So what am I doing? 4 times all of this. So 4 times x is 4x right there. And then 4 times 5 is 20 right there, plus. Okay. And now I'm going to subtract it. Okay. So since I'm subtracting everything, this minus changes the second sign. Okay. So 4x minus 4x, that's just 0. 20 minus 20 is also 0. So my answer is x plus 4. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, so we have x minus 3, and we're dividing that into 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. Okay, so what number times x gives me 2x squared? The goal being that I want to cancel it out. So basically, on the side or something, 2x squared divided by x, then that's going to cancel. You're going to get 2x. Okay, so 2x goes right here. Then I multiply and distribute, right? I'm multiplying 2x by this whole binomial. So 2x times x gives me 2x squared. 2x times a negative 3 gives me minus 6x. Okay. All right. So now I'm subtracting. So what does that mean? I'm going to change this sign to become a positive because a negative and a negative is a positive. Okay. So now that will cancel. 5x, negative 5x plus 6x gives me x. And then bring this down, minus 3. Oh, good. This is exactly the same. So I just do plus 1. Then I get x minus 3. And when I subtract, that changes this sign here. So then that will give me 0. And that's my answer, 2x plus 1. Let's do another one. We have here a bit longer one. X plus 1 dividing into x cubed minus x squared plus x plus 4. So then if I think to myself, okay, what times x gives me x cubed? or I do the little trick where I take the first thing of each term and write a ratio. Okay, that gives me x squared. Okay, this is the number that I'm going, or the letter that I'm going to place. And make sure you place it in the proper, you know, x squareds go with x squareds, like in a column. Okay, so now multiply. I'm multiplying x squared times x plus 1. X squared times x gives me x cubed. X squared times 1 gives me a positive x squared. And now I'm going to subtract this, okay? That's going to change this plus to a minus. So this will cancel, and then here I get negative x squared minus x squared becomes negative 2x squared, and I bring everything else down, plus x plus 4. So now I have negative 2x squared. What times x will give me negative 2x squared? Okay, so again, you can write on the side negative 2x squared divided by x, and you're just going to get negative 2x. So that's going to go here, negative 2x. Okay, so now I multiply and I distribute the negative 2x to x plus 1. So that's going to be negative 2x squared. And then 1 times negative 2x is negative 2x. So then I'm going to subtract this, which will change the signs. That's going to change, since I'm subtracting all of this, right? That's going to change this sign to a positive, and that's going to change this sign to a positive. So it's just easier if you start thinking of it as you're changing signs. That helps too. So plus x plus 2x is 3x, and then bring down the plus 4. Okay, so I need, and the last number needs to be a 3, because 3 times x will give me the 3x, so plus 3. So then I multiply this 3 with the x plus 1. This is the same thing I'm doing every step, so 3x plus 3, and I'm going to subtract, which changes the sign here. So then this cancels out, and I get a remainder of 1. 4 minus 3 is 1 after all. So what does that mean? That means that my answer to this is x squared minus 2x plus 3, and then I have a remainder, so I just add it, it is positive, 1 over whatever it is that you were dividing by, which is x plus 1. And that's your answer. Very nice. Okay, so let's do another one. In this example, you're missing the x cubed term here. Like, where is x cubed? You know, so what we need to do is write it in. We put in like a little filler so that, you know, our division doesn't get all wonky. So x to the power 4 plus, and the way that I do it, this placeholder, I'm going to call this 0x cubed, because there is no x cubed term. So if I just put in a 0 there, that's fine. I'm not breaking any laws, you know. I'm not going to get attacked by the math police if I do that. So it's totally fine. Okay, so what times x will give me x to the power 4? So there we go. X cubed. See, we needed to do that because we needed a place to put our x cubed term. All right, so now multiplying x cubed times x plus 2, that gives me x to the power 4 plus 2x cubed. Remember, we're subtracting, which changes the sign. Cancels. 0 negative minus 2x cubed is negative 2x cubed. Bring everything else down. Minus x squared plus 5x minus 2. Some people bring that down later, but whatever. I just bring it all down. So what do I multiply x to get negative 2x cubed? And then that's right. You got negative 2x squared. So remember, we did the little negative 2x cubed divided by x, and then just, you know, it's the same thing, but just, you know, the exponent goes down by 1. So negative 2x squared times x plus 2, so distribute that, negative 2x cubed minus 4x squared, right? Because I multiplied this by this, okay? Yeah. See if it'll erase the highlight. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now I'm subtracting, which changes the sign. This becomes positive, this becomes positive. So then that cancels out. Negative x squared plus 4x squared becomes 3x squared, bringing down the 5x. And that negative 2, I guess, is along for the ride. What times x gives me 3x squared? Well, that's a positive 3x. Okay, so then that becomes 3x squared plus 6x. change signs, so minus, minus, okay? So these cancel. 5x minus 6x, negative x minus 2, bringing that down. Okay, so then that just is a negative 1. So negative 1 times x plus 2 gives me negative x minus 2. Change the signs, and my answer is my final, I have no remainder. So this is my solution. X cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. Okie dokie. And I think that's good here. So that's your 6.6. Good luck. There's your homework, 4432, 491, odd or every other odd. Good luck, and I will see you on the next video.